Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul with another Golden Age comic book unboxing. Welcome to Liberty Hill Comics, where I share my passion and over 40 years experience in comic book collecting, investing, and conservation with you. Today's unboxing is a rare Golden Age comic book from a Pedigree collection that I am super excited to share with you today. But before I get this out of this plastic bag, don't forget I'm currently running a free subscriber giveaway. All you need to do for a chance to win an awesome slabbed first appearance of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., is follow the link over to the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment on that video for your chance to win. Good luck to everybody, new and old subscribers alike. I appreciate you being here with me. I appreciate all the viewers. Oh my gosh. But especially those that take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment on my videos. Wow. This is a special book. Look at that. What is it and why do we care? I need a moment to just take this in. I've seen a lot of comic books. I have some amazing books in my collection, but this one's special. This is Flash Comics number 81 in CGC 8.5 with off-white pages. It's a Golden Age comic book that's cover dated March of 1947. It's got this really great Chester Kozlak cover featuring Hawkman and this fella whose name is Neptune Perkins. In fact, it's Neptune Perkins' first cover appearance and one of only 2 Neptune Perkins appearances in the entire Golden Age. But what's really special about this specific comic is that it's from the Pedigree collection of fellow Michigan Wolverine Davis Crippen. And it was slabbed in 2004, and you can see here from the label it's denoted as the D copy. So unfortunately, that means this is one of the books allegedly stolen from the Crippen residence. For those of you not familiar with pedigrees, pedigree collections are comic book collections that the collecting community recognizes as special because of their rarity, high grade, and the size of the collection. Because CGC has a very prominent role in comic book collecting, preservation, and conservation, they've been a major contributor to recognizing these special collections and assigning them pedigree status with a special denotation on the label. Many collectors hunt pedigree copies of books for their rarity and desirability and the provenance, and they typically sell for a premium to other books in the same grade. The Crippen pedigree is a large collection numbering about 13,000 books. The only larger pedigree collection recognized to date is the legendary Edgar Church Mile High collection. The Davis Crippen collection contains a near-complete assemblage of every comic book published from every genre from about 1940 to 1955. Sadly, the Crippen household was robbed by a contractor of about 2,000 comic books in 1991, and when these books entered the marketplace, they were immediately recognized by collectors as extremely high quality. Because these books entered the marketplace as stolen goods and the provenance wasn't known, these comics became known as the D collection by discerning collectors because of the unique code that Davis used on the first page of the books that often contained the letter D. This is one of those stolen books. You can see the famous D right here on the cover in the bottom of the L in the Flash title logo. We know it's one of the stolen books because in 2006, Davis Crippen passed away, and his collection was brought to market by his estate, and it was then that the enormity of the collection became known. The theft was revealed when the same unique codes were found inside the books from his remaining collection and the holes in the complete runs of books that matched exactly the books that had already entered the marketplace. At that time, now that the provenance of the collection was known, the entire collection was renamed the Davis Crippen D Copy Pedigree, or simply the Crippen Pedigree. The books in the collection are identifiable as generally very well preserved, high quality, and having a distinctive code written in pencil on the top of the first page of each comic. The surviving collection after the theft was extremely well documented, and the distinctive code on the first page is unique to each book, so the missing stolen issues are being added to the pedigree as they surface. In fact, pedigree identification is one of the services CGC provides for every book they encapsulate, and the Crippen books are even known to have their own distinctive odor that experienced graders can recognize. I find the story of the Crippen collection fascinating. So cool, but also sad as well, with the theft by greedy, unscrupulous individuals who robbed not only the Crippen family, but also the entire collecting community. It's also cool for me personally because apparently Davis Crippen and I shared several things in common other than a love of comic books. He also attended my alma mater, the University of Michigan. Flash Comics was one of the longest running and most popular comic books of the Golden Age and was published from January of 1940 through February of 1949. Issue 1 famously has the first appearances of both the Flash and Hawkman, along with Johnny Thunder, the Whip, and Shiera Sanders, who will eventually become Hawkgirl, the first superheroine in all of comics. Being an anthology series, every issue of Flash Comics featured stories of multiple characters, the Flash and Hawkman being among the most popular. Despite the title, many of the later issues have solo Hawkman covers, as this one does. Other key issues in the series include the first appearance of the Ghost Patrol in issue 29, the first appearance of the Shade in issue 33, first appearance of the Ragdoll in issue 36, the first appearance of the Pied Piper in issue 59, the first appearance of Neptune Perkins in issue 66, the first appearance of the Changeling in issue 84, the first appearance of Black Canary in issue 86, the first appearance of Gentleman Ghost in issue 88, the first appearance of Thorn in issue 89, and the first appearance of The Rival, the Golden Age Reverse Flash, in issue 104. It's no wonder Flash Comics was such a successful title for DC through the entire decade of the 40s. Issue 81 here has 5 multi-page stories and several one-page features. It opens with a charming 12-page story set in the fall involving the Flash Jay Garrick and his longtime gal, Joan Williams, returning to their alma mater Midwestern University's homecoming football game and hijinks ensuing there. It's penciled by E. Hibbard, and the writer is believed to be Robert Kanigher, but it's uncredited. It's one of 2 superhero stories in the book. The second story is ostensibly a 7-page Johnny Thunder story, but there is no Thunderbolt, and the story stars Peachy Pet Thunder, Johnny's adopted daughter, in a humorous kid hijinks tale. The third feature story is an 8-page Ghost Patrol story by John Wentworth and Frank Harry. The fourth feature story is only 3 pages, about a super charming caveman named Rockhead McWizard, the Stone Age genius. He reminds me a bit of Fred Flintstone and a bit of Popeye. He's ahead of his time and invents things, but rather than giving him an advantage or making him wealthy in his caveman community, they end up causing him grief. His first appearance was in Flash Comics 71, and he has 16 appearances in the Golden Age, 11 of which are in Flash Comics. Obviously, I'm a superhero collector, but of the humor features in this issue, this one is by far my favorite. I really enjoy the Ed Whelan art. Rounding out this issue is the highlight, for me, a 9-page Hawkman story, and no wonder it was picked for the cover art. It's penciled by Chester Kozlak, who also did the cover, and the writer is again uncredited, but assumed to be Robert Kanigher. It stars Hawkman and Neptune Perkins in a tale that takes them to Venus to battle a rock and a kraken. Who is Neptune Perkins, you say? He's a human-dolphin hybrid born of magic. He has only 2 appearances in the Golden Age, Flash Comics 66, his first appearance, and this issue. This is his first and only cover appearance in the Golden Age. Eventually, Roy Thomas makes Neptune Perkins one of the young All-Stars, and he's a prominent member of the team for years before meeting with a grisly end in Infinite Crisis. But long before all that, he and Hawkman are both summoned and travel at light speed to Venus. There they meet a Venusian, who created the earthly mythological beasts the Rock and the Kraken. He lost control of the beasts, who are now terrorizing Venus and threaten to wipe out all life there. Being the master of the skies and master of the seas, respectively, the Venusian hoped that Hawkman and Neptune could help him with the terrors. But each are easily defeated by the giant beasts and retreat to safety. There they hatch a plan to get the two beasts to destroy each other. They lure their respective adversaries to the same place and time where the two monsters battle each other to the death, and the Venusians are saved, whereupon they return Hawkman and Neptune to Earth. A great example of the post-World War II Golden Age stories, as the adventures turn from wartime stories to science fiction being a major theme. There are only 23 universal copies of Flash Comics number 81 in the CGC Census, with a median grade of 7.0. This 8.5 occupies the 22nd percentile, with only 3 graded higher in the census. Comics this rare don't trade hands very often, but this one was sold in an eBay auction with a low starting bid. After 35 bids, I was last man standing with my high bid of $1,250 plus tax and shipping. Naturally, Go Collect calculates the current fair market value to be my winning bid because there are no recent comparable sales of this book, nor are there likely to be many more in the future with a book this rare. With special books like this one, I will generally pay market price for it because if you're trying to bargain hunt rare Golden Age books, you just aren't going to grow your collection by more than 1 or 2 books a year. Given the fact that this book has only 3 higher graded copies in the census, fewer than 25 total copies in the census, and is from the famous Crippen Pedigree, I was delighted to be able to add it to my collection at this price. I've said it before, but with this book in particular, it's worth repeating. Just how very fortunate and humbled I feel to be the steward of such a rare, high-grade Golden Age book from a storied collection with great provenance, and realize being able to own this piece of history is an embarrassment of riches that few individuals get to enjoy. That's why I'm happy to share it with viewers of the channel. I hope you enjoyed this really special unboxing video of Flash Comics number 81 from the Crippen Pedigree. Anyone else hunting Golden Age comics? How about Pedigree comics? Let me know about it in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Until next time, happy hunting and take care of one another.